Besides running a pedestrian infrastructure, you also need to run simulations both to validate the model and to create output to analyze. In this tutorial, you will learn how to run a simulation and set up an experiment to create output files that can be analyzed. During the development, you will often run the model to test and define and fix errors in the implementation. Running a model is simple. On the simulation page of the main menu, you find all the controls. When you press reset, the simulation clock will be set to 0. Click Run to start the simulation. The clock showing the simulation time will become visible in the top right corner of each layout. Using the speed bar, you can control the speed of the simulation. The corresponding value of the speed bar is visible in the Edit field and can also be altered. If you drag the bar to the left, the simulation will slow down and you can clearly see what happens in the animation. Drag the bar to the right to get a high speed for fast running. To calculate and visualize the animation cost time, if you want your simulation model to run as fast as possible, close the animation windows. During the run, you can also stop and resume the simulation. If you open the Advanced Settings window, you can also set a stop time. The time needs to be entered in seconds. When you run the model, the simulation will stop at the entered stop time. When your model is ready and you want to examine the output, you first need to run an experiment. To set up an experiment, open the wizard. Using the wizard, you can define scenarios and control which of these to run. On the first page of the wizard, you can set default settings for a new scenario. The second page is the scenario page, where you can define and edit scenarios. If you add or edit a scenario, a new window opens. Here you can set the output directory and whether or not the scenario is executed if the experiment is run. If you click Edit, you can set important settings for a scenario, such as the run length and number of replications. If you have defined parameters, you can alter these on the second page. Here, I will not show how to define the parameters. On the third and final page of the experiment window, you can set what output is logged, with what level of detail, and start the experiment. The experiment settings are saved with the model. If you reopen the wizard, it will start on the third and final page such that you can immediately start the experiment. Click back to edit the scenarios of the experiment. After an experiment is run, you can get all kinds of graphs. Examples are density maps and flow counters. You are now ready to run your own experiment. In the next video tutorial, you can learn more about analyzing the output created by an experiment. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.